may begin, and uh, I will inform you when there's 5 minutes more for the under the 20 minutes. And yes, you may begin.
Should I start, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Mm, ma'am, actually, one of my co-author is first to join. I will just confirm with me, please.
Ma'am,
Ah, okay, okay.
okay. Uh, a very good afternoon. I'm Dr. R. Vasantan. I'm an associate professor at the Department of English, Nagaland University. I would like to take maybe a minute and 30 seconds to exactly locate the nature of the work. I belong to the Department of English, and the state that I work is in the northeastern part of India. And in the northeastern part of India, this particular state is a combination of 17 tribes, and all the 17 tribes speak different languages. And there is a Creole that is available for them to communicate as a common language. The name of the language is Nagamis. Nagamis is the common language, but it has no classroom, no place for teaching or learning anywhere. The only way for the rest of the people from the India to communicate to them is Nagamis. By enhancing, though we want to teach it in the classrooms, or we want to with a regular classroom setup, there is a tendency among the tribal people that bringing in a new language and giving it a lot of importance, and most importantly investing money in it, could hamper the growth of their own language. However, this language is necessary for them for commerce, for any other development that is like collaborative developments. So we were thinking of a particular set of AI support in order to help these people learn, especially those who are in need more than everybody. We wanted to bring it into the system in the university. So we came together and we decided to go for a particular app, which we have named it as Nagalang, and we started it 6 months back, and now it is almost completed. And I wish to give this as an introduction for this project and hand it over to Dr. Sundari for the presentation.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, one and all. So today I'm going to share just an overview of our work, what we have done in this work. So our primary focus is how our application is going to work for people around who is resides in some rural areas. So suppose if government has introduced some any services, if that application is only basic specific to that predominant languages, it is not accessible for the layman who is resides in the rural area. So that is the one concern we take it into consideration. And another one is people who is resides in urban and rural areas, that language barriers makes some issues in exchanging their ideas. And another one is educational and skill development. So suppose if we are try to provide the learning material in their own language, it will be more helpful for those people. And if the whom women and if we get this type of applications, we will try to provide for a self-helping group. By that time it will help the women that they will actively participate in community development. And if it is if it is this type of software get into our market, so that it will be helpful for any healthcare, and if it emergency situation it will be helpful, because currently we are using like a cloud based environment, but our focus is like a edge based environment, so that with the, because in rural area we don't have enough communication. So that is the another constraints we already noticed. So currently we are working with the cloud based environment. In future we try to make it as without cloud support we try to implement this product. Okay, so this is our major objective, and this is not only for India alone. We have many languages. We made some surveys, so we have some languages like this, and now it's current a little bit it's going to disappear. So we need to save these languages. So that is our major aim of our work, so that we try to have a problem statement. So how we are going to handle this and resourced languages, because as of now we have many language translation tool, but these translation tools majorly focuses on if the languages are very structured, and if we have enough data to train the model, and we have a large number of data set, so that the system can understand. But our challenge is that if we don't have any enough data, so how the system can understand that languages. So that is the major issue we try to focus here. And another one is a code mixing. So this type of languages, they don't have any a written script, and they don't have any proper structure, but they have something language mixing. So the symbols are for phonetics are same, but the meanings are different. So that type those things we need to consider. So how the system can understand these two things. As a human, we can understand during in that when we interact with the person, so that it will be easier. But how the system can understand, that is the another challenge. And this work is not only for only specific to the language. It should be like a generic, so that whatever the language which is going to be this we need to save those languages, so that we try to plan it for scale up the work. So that is our main aim of our a project. So that we started some literature survey on elsewhere and ACM papers, and another Scopus in some Scopus index journals. So we come across with some challenges. So first one is many languages, this type of languages we don't have enough data. So that is low resource languages. So that is the major challenge here. And we don't have any proper grammar structure, because in English or Hindi or whatever that languages, we are try to follow some structure, and we try to identify the part of speech, and we try to have a context, so that the system can understand. We can able to train the system to understand, okay, this is the scenario. If subject comes first, next one is the part of the speech is given to the system, so that the system can understand. But here the languages are more specific to only speaking. We don't have any enough data in a written format. We don't have any script languages. So that is our major barrier. And we try with okay, some existing AI modules are there, so that we try to have a giving query to that AI, and we try to get that translation. But sometimes it will be giving some biased output. So that also we try to consider how we are trying to going to solve this issue. And another one is that's what that mixed language pronunciation. So that is the another challenge here. So while we are considering all these challenges, we come up with the one solution. So we have one hybrid model, and this hybrid model will support not only for text, it will be going to consider the voice, because the people, they don't have right, and ask the what is the translation. If the speaker has enabled the voices, so that they will try to interact with the system, or whatever the device we are trying to provide, it will try to that system will try to give the a proper output. So that we try to consider both text as well as the voice. So initially we started with the data collection because these are the four modules we consider. So initially we started with the data collection part. So as we don't have enough data, we with the help of person sir, we try to communicate that like a community, and we try to collect the data, and we try to collect the data. After that we try to organize the data because the system needs some organized data so that the system can understand. So before getting to feed the data into system, we try to pre-process it. The pre-processing in the sense, we try to remove the noises, we try to remove the duplicates, and we try to remove the relevant data, because those things it is not required for to train the data. If we feed the data without pre-processing, if you feed the data, obviously it won't respond in a proper manner. So that is what we are considering. Pre-process is the major part here. And another one is language model training and selection. So once the pre-processed data is getting to the our language model, the model uh, will extract the data. This is required data, and it will give you the whatever the translated text into the human. Okay, after that it is not like only giving the input and getting the translated text. We need to evaluate. So what is the score, how do you measure whether the model is giving in a proper translated text? That is what we are considering BLA score, that is bilingual evaluation score. So this score is calculated based on the machine generated code as well as the whatever the reference text we are giving. So based on that we try to evaluate the score. So so this is the architecture of our diagram. So first we collected the data, then we try to make it as token specific feature. In earlier traditional method, we have like a feature extraction is the main part, because it will understand that grammar structure, and it will understand the word meaning. If it go with the meaning of that text, so we have to extract the data meaning from the data, as well as we have to understand the context. Because if we have one sentence, so based on the sentence we try to understand what is the context behind this sentence, because based on the context it may be vary. So feature extraction is the main part here, so that we try to implement our own token specific feature extraction. Because here we, as I told, that we don't have enough data to train the model. So whatever the data we have collected, we make it into token specific feature extraction. So the token, in the sense, we try to divide the data words into divides the words into sentence, and based on the sentence we try to make it as a bag, and that bag we try to give it feed it into our model, so that the model can understand the what is the parts of the speech available, how what is the context behind here, and what is the meaning behind here. So in traditional method we don't have a we are not considering the things, because we are going to consider the, what is the frequency of the word, and how it will be statistically distributed. But in our model we try to understand the meaning as well as the context, so that it will be try to helpful to predict, and we try to translate in an accurate manner. So that is our major work behind this token specific extraction. And another one is once we extracted the features, then we move to the embed model. So what is embedded model? In the sense, it is like a deep learning model. So it is a multilingual bidirectional and auto regressive transformer. So it's like a deep learning model. So here in this model we have an encoder and a decoder. So the encoder will whatever the input we are trying to give the and encoder, it try to understand the
อันนี้ปลา
meaning,
ไม่ดี
and
เลย
it
อ่ะ
will
อั
capture
นนี้
the
ปลาไม่ดีเลย
context, because from it's like a bidirectional
ปลาไม่ดี
context, in the sense if we write the text hello welcome, in the sense it will understand the context from left to right and right to left. So that is what it's like a bidirectional, and it generates the translated output. So based on the context, it will try to translate the output, because in our embed model we have both the encoder and the decode, so that it will be easier to translate the model. And why I am considering this embed model, in the sense it will be act as a if we try to combine two languages, if we try to combine two languages, it will understand the relationship between these two languages, so that it will try to generate the
ไม่กิน
output.
เหรอ
So based on that, we try to extract the words, and we try to evaluate with the BLA score. So this is the score we try to calculate. What is the score we retrieve from the machines, and what is the a score we actually we have. So based on the penalty score, we try to evaluate this model. So if the score is high, it's meaning that our model is working in a better a better way. If the score is low, we need to train the model in a proper way, so that it will be useful for translation. So if the model is give significant impact of the social a society, because it will preserve the integers and low resource language, and it bridging communication gap, and it gives the digital inclusion and equal access to technology. If we get into this one, so that it will be a cultural identity, and a knowledge translation transmission will be there. So that we have some experimental research, because we have tested with the we have collected some data, around 300 rows of data we collected from Nahamis language, and we try to implement this with the help of a embed model. So we compared with the embed. This is because embed is already there. So what is innovation in this, in the sense if we try to implement our token specific model. So with the token specific and without token specific, we try to compare. So this is our token specific model, gives our 85% of accuracy, and without the token specific, we have a baseline model, we received 81 percentage, and we have two different data sets which is available in Kaggle. We download the Kaggle, and we try to use that data set with the help, and we try to implement with this embed model, and we have received this many results. So that is our work. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Maybe just one quick question. Just anyone?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yes, Charlie.
Okay, thank you, Sundari. It was lovely to hear you. I just wanted you to highlight the innovativeness that you bring with this project, like very brief, very clear. And also, so you talked about a lot of relevance and everything, but can you scale it up to other aspects? Because I like the idea that you can use it in language and also in other things. But do you have any idea how would you scale it up to what fields, for example? So two very brief answers.
Yes, quickly. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, we can scale it up, because if the product is getting to our market, so that it will be helpful for the person who is in rural areas, because in rural areas some many women people are there. They are doing their own work, and with that due to the communication barrier, they are lagging. So if we try to provide this type of devices to them, so that they try to learn, and the learning will happen there, so that they try to empower the community.
พากันเข้าห้องนอนมาพี่กับ
one
น้องพังประ
idea.
ตูเข้ามา
And
เมื่อ
another
เช้า
one is if
ก็
we
เลย
try
ให้
to
เข้า
provide
พอ
this
ให้
type
เข้า
of
เสร็จอีน้องมัน
devices
ซ
to
นทำมัน
any
เข้ามัน
like a healthcare
มันอยู่ไม่
sectors.
เป็นมันเปิด
So
หน้า
people
ต่าง
who
มัน
is
กระโดด
in
มันอะไร
that
พี่มันเข้ามาพี่มัน
who
อยู่
is
เป็นพี่
resides
มัน
in
นอน
that a
น้องมัน
remote
เข้ามาเล่น
area,
ก็เลยต้อ
they
งไล่
are
ออก
not
มา
have a proper
ว่า
interaction with
อี
the
น้องเข้ามาอีน้องมัน
person,
ไม่นอนแต่ไอ้พี่มันรู้อยู่ว่าหนูนอนมันก็นอนด้วยมันอยู่
in
เงียบ
healthcare fields. So they
น้อง
have
ไม่ได้
some
เข้ามาเปิด
like
ม่า
a
นเลย
language barriers. So
ขึ้น
if
หั
we
วเลย
try to provide this type of devices, so that it will be helpful for like emergency situations also, it will be helpful, and the person who is women empowerment also, it will be useful.
Okay, thank you very
One
much.
more thing I would like to add here. We are planning in Nagaland University that this platform could be the source for people who do not have, especially we do not teach language with their mother tongue, but all these people know. I mean, in northeastern part of India, they know a bit of Nagamis. With this Nagamis, it is easy to teach any language, and we are trying to have a lab exclusive, especially for this one.
Okay, thank you very much. We will give the committee some time to fill out the forms, and I will move you out of the meeting. Thank you very much, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you.
I okay. I think now
Come with the next one, then we
Oh,
can
okay.
keep the time for the committee. Thank you.
the next one I think is not.
Sorry,
in yet.
do we already have
Oh.
a form? A form
Yes, I
for
sent it to you directly in your direct messages in your Zoom chat.
Yeah, I have the
Ah.
form, but then the thing is that if we first, if we don't evaluate right now and just send the form, then everything will be erased, right? Want to know? Or do we have different form for each person?
No, I'll send you a new one. This one is for this person specifically with their names on the top.
Oh, okay.
And
so
then
we
I'll
get a
send
new
you a
one.
new link. Yes, you get a new link.
Perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, but does this mean that we have immediately fill it in after the presentation, or it can take some more time to think about it or to compare? Because if we have to, I prefer to look at
Compare,
all four of
yeah.
them and then fill it in, because
Oh, that
the
is
comparison is also very useful in assessment. Yeah.
yeah.
I also agree, because then we don't know who is.
Then within the time that all the participants have presented, then you're supposed to submit all the form. That is the reason why we put the form separately. So
Okay.
please, within the time that all the participants are still with you. I mean, at the end of the session, please. So we have the next one, please. I try to keep the time for you all, because I know that your time is so valuable.
And do you want them to speak shorter or?
Yeah, it's
20
better
minutes
to
is
shorter,
fine.
because this is the pitching, and we have all information with us. So then it's better to let the committee ask more questions.
Yeah, Jaydeep, one more thing. There is a marking for funding. Number 9, source of funding. Do we have to mark it? We just give the same amount, let's say number, let's say 4 or 0 or whatever you like. Just say 4.
If you
Everyone.
don't have, so everyone have to take out the number 9, then we just divide it by 8.
Okay,
That's it.
perfect.
Thank you.
Perfect. So everybody
about-
gives number 4, right?
Yes.
So this source of funding, everybody number 4. Okay, perfect.
I haven't seen the next one.
Yes, the next one is not in here. Actually.
Yeah, he coming. I let him in.
Okay, thank you. Hello? Hello, can you hear me, Professor? you. Your mic is off, I think. Professor Runa, may I ask you to unmute? Hello? Can you hear me? Your mic is
Hello.
off. Hello. Okay, so welcome and good afternoon from Bangkok. And the judges are here. Waste the time. We'd like you to begin immediately. And it is advised.
Sorry, a
if you
moment,
can- Yes?
Miss. We have to wait my colleague. And
Oh,
she will do presentation. Yeah, she will join now.
Yeah, very sorry. We have to take the time exactly because we have other people.
Yeah, of course,
just
but
like
it's
that.
3 minutes. Sorry, I hope she will join soon.
Yeah, okay. But the time will be just TikTok and it's out because it's 20 minutes. Please. It's actually a pitching. I think if it's to save your time, then perhaps some of our committee, our committee already reviewed it. So then perhaps it should come up with the questions before the presentation is fine.
Okay, professors, just 2 minutes. I think it's who is the man did this study should come, and I'm sure she will join because we meet before this in head. And yeah.
Can I say something?
Sorry?
Please.
Okay, thank you, Jaideep. So, Uranchimek, would you like to just introduce while your colleague is coming? Would you just like to introduce the idea?
Coming up.
Of course. Of
Yeah,
course.
thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, she is coming now, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
hello, can you hear me?
Арина зөө юугаар төрсөн өгөөрөө эдгээр чинь шууд цагтаа эхлэн хэлгээд сүрчгэнэ дээ.
Hello? Your mic is off?
Чинь нөө. Арина. Hello. Okay, I hope she's hearing us. So before this test starts, I would like to say Happy New Year. It's a big, nice start with the new year, and I so that's so energetic. Everything is happening fastly. And my name is Orun Chimuktutu. I am the professor of Mongolian University of Science and Technology. In the current time, I'm locating in Germany. So, yeah. So this study was mainly led by Professor Irina Head, who is come now, and she will be present about topic. And thank you for your support that give to us opportunity to present this study to you.
Okay, so just a brief for the timing. Is it possible to do it very quickly, maybe about 7 to 8 minutes, and then we can have some questions quickly? Thank you very much.
May I start?
I am Associate Professor Aruna
Yes, please start.
Mongolian University Science and Technology. I am ready to present our research of the Chula Awards 2026. Let me introduce my research partner, Orun Chimuktutu, Professor of Chemnitz University of Technology. My research team is Human-Centered Artificial Intelligence in Higher Education. Across the world, AI is now embedded in higher education from learning analytics to automated feedback. However, most AI models focus on what is easy to measure performance scores and efficiency. What remains for less explored is how students actually experience these environments, how they cope with stress, how they find meaning, and how their well-being is affected. Most AI in education research today focuses on what is easy to measure: engagement, grades, completion, and efficiency. Learning analytic dashboards are very good at showing what the students do. But when we asked the students directly, very different picture emerged. Students reported stress, cognitive overload, and growing uncertainty about whether learning still feels meaningful even when performance indicators look positive. This creates critical mismatch. AI system may optimize learning process, but they often fail to capture how students actually experience AI-mediated education. This gap between performance metric and lived experiences where our study begins. And this gap is exactly why existing AI models in education are short. Most existing AI models in education are built on simple assumptions. If students use AI tools and instruction becomes more efficient, positive learning outcomes will follow. But the assumptions overlooks critical human conditions. Our data shows that students' learning experience are deeply shaped psychological safety, trust, and sense of belonging, especially in AI-mediated environments. When students feel moderated, overwhelmed, or ethically uncertain about their use, efficiency alone cannot compensate for these pressures. In other words, ASTM may optimize performance metrics, but they often fail to support human foundation required for meaningful and sustainable learning. This limitation led us to ask different question now how AI improves performance, but under what human condition AI actually work. It's important to emphasize that this study didn't begin with Maslow 2.0. The original research focused on AI usage, teaching roles, engagement, and student outcomes. However, during the analysis, we oversaw that the relationship among variables were not simple or linear. Instead, the effects appeared layered, sequential, mediated, lower level conditions such as cognitive survival, psychological safety had to be met before higher level outcome could emerge. Existing performance-centric AI models couldn't adequately explain these patterns. Maslow 2.0 therefore emerged from the data itself as empirically grounded framework designed to explain how human conditions shape AI-enabled learning outcomes. ที่สุดเลย us to articulate the same level hierarchy that reflects how students actually experience AI-enabled higher education. This slide presents Maslow 2.0 as same-level hierarchy adapted for the AI era. At the foundation is cognitive survival, the ability to manage information overload stress,
เมื่อวานนี้หนู
cognitive
ขึ้นไปมัน
dictation.
นอนอยู่ในห้องน้
Without this,
ำ
learning
เห็น
cannot
หน้า
begin.
หนู
The second
มัน
level
ร้อง
is
มันวิ่งมาหา
psychological
หนู
safety and
มัน
digital
นั่ง
trust.
อยู่ข้างหน้า
Students must feel
มัน
safe,
มัน
not
ลื่น
monitored
เหมือน
or
หนูไม่อยู่บ้านอย่างนั้น
ethically
สมัยหนูเด็ก
uncertain to
ๆมันวิ่งมา
meaningfully
ให้กอด
engage
ก็
with
เลย
AI
ทั้งที่หนูว่าเขาล
systems.
งจากห้องมันก็นอนอยู่ในห้องน้ำ
Level 3 and 4 describe the learning process itself,
มันก็น
adaptive
อนอยู่ข้างหนูอะ
scaffolding,
แล้วก็ก
and
อด
engagement
แล้ว
with
ก็
the
นอน
sense
มันก็ไปนอนบน
of
เตียง
human
สั
AI
กพักหนึ่ง
belonging.
ชั่วโมงหนึ่งหนู
Only
ตื่น
when
ปิด
these
แอร์
conditions are
พอ
met
ไม่เห็นหนู
do
ตื่น
higher order
โอ้
outcomes
มัน
emerge.
ร้องมันก็วิ่ง
Competence,
มาหามันเหมือนมันไม่เห็นหนู
efficacy,
มา
and
ก่อน
AI
พวกมันมาหาหนูเมื่อกี้อะ
literacy
มัน
followed
ลืม
by
แล้วนะ
meaningful learning and
แล้วมันลืมมัน
identity
เหมือนว่ามัน
formation.
ไม่ได้เจอหนูนาน
At
มัน
the
สะบัด
highest level, we
วิ่งหา
observe
หนู
digital
เหมือน
well-being,
หนูหายเข้าบ้าน
ethical
ไปนาน
consciousness, and sustainable growth, which reflect long-term educational and societal outcomes. Crucially, these levels are not isolated. They operate as sequential and interdependent systems as demonstrated by our empirical analysis. The next slide shows how this hierarchy was empirically tested using survey data structural modeling. This slide summarizes how the Maslow 2.0 framework was empirically examined. This study is
มันเริ่ม
based
หลง
on
แล้ว
survey data
มันลืมแล้ว
from
มันเริ่ม
224 university
มันเริ่ม
students
จำอะไร
across
ไม่ได้
different programs. All learning in AI-enabled educational environments. Importantly, the study didn't introduce new instruments. Instead, existing validated measures were recognized post hoc to reflect the level of Maslow 2.0. We employed a multi-step analytical strategy. First, exploratory factor analysis was used to compare and construct structure. Then, hierarchical regression tested sequential relationship across levels. Finally, structural equation modeling allowed us to examine two-fold layered and mediated system simultaneously. Gender difference were explored using non-parametric man-Whitney test. These analyses were exploratory and illustrative, not formal multi-group structural equation model. Together, this strategy allowed us to test whether students' experience in AI-enabled education operates as a hierarchical and human-centered system rather than flat performance model. The next slide presents empirical result from the structural model. This slide summarizes core empirical insight of this study. Our analysis showed that learning outcome in AI-enabled higher education don't emerge as direct effect of AI usage, constructional efficiency. In fact, direct effects from AI use to academic satisfaction were weak or statistically non-significant. Instead, the strongest effects appear at higher level of the Maslow 2.0 hierarchy, particularly competence development, meaningful learning, alignment, and digital well-being. Crucially, these effects are not isolated. They are mediated across levels and accumulated sequentially. This means that higher order outcomes only emerge when foundational conditions such as cognitive stability, psychological safety, trust, and engagement are satisfied. In short, AI doesn't produce outcomes. AI enable outcome to emerge, but only under the right human conditions. This sequential pattern also explains why some results surprise. This diagram summarizes the core finding of the study. What we see here is that learning outcomes in AI-enabled education don't emerge as direct effect of technology use or instructional efficiency. Instead, outcomes unfold through layered and sequential common process. Lower levels such as cognitive survival needs and psychological safety function as necessary foundation, but they are not sufficient on their own. The strongest explanatory power appears at higher levels of the hierarchy: engagement and belonging, meaningful learning and identity formation, and ultimately digital well-being and ethical consciousness. This confirms that academic satisfaction and perceived alignment with learning goals are not technological outputs, but emergent outcome of cumulative human condition with AI-mediated learning environment. Our of the most surprising finding of this study was the way AI is real impact actually appeared. Initially, we expected AI usage, intensity, or instructional efficiency to explain most learning outcomes. However, the data showed something different. Direct effect of AI use were relatively weak, while higher order human dimensions such as engagement, meaningful learning, and digital well-being exerted much stronger influences. In particular, students' sense of meaning, identity, alignment, and ethical comfort with AI matured more than technical exposure or system design alone. This suggests that AI doesn't transform learning by itself, rather it amplifies existing human condition. When these conditions support trust, belonging, and meaning, AI becomes powerful. When they don't, its impact remains limited. We also explored whether Maslow 2.0 operates differently across genders. Using man-Whitney test, we examined potential gender-based differences across the 7 levels and selected outcome-related constructs. The results were largely consist. Maslow showed no statistically significant gender differences, suggesting that the hierarchical structure of Maslow 2.0 is broadly stable across genders. However, we observed marginal patterns at higher order levels, particularly in meaningful learning and identity formation, as well as perception of modern pedagogical role. These findings are exploratory and illustrative rather than confirmatory. No multi-group structural equation model was conducted, and we don't claim gender effect. Instead, these patterns point to promising direction for future research on how meaning-making process in AI-enabled learning may be socially and culturally shaped. These findings have clear implications for policy and practice in higher education. The first, at the institutional level, AI strategy cannot focus solely on efficiency analytics or performance metrics. Our research showed that psychological safety, trust, and engagement function as necessary foundations for higher order outcomes. Second, for educators, AI doesn't replace teaching, it reshapes it. Effective AI-supported learning requires a shift from content transmission to facilitation, scaffolding, and relational engagement. Finally, at the policy level, AI adoption must be evaluated using broader criteria. Well-being, ethical impact, and meaningful learning should be treated as core indicators of quality, not secondary consideration. Maslow 2.0 provides a structured way to align AI innovation with human values, ensuring that digital transformation remains both effective and human. This study is particularly relevant for Chula and the broader ASEAN region. Across Southeast Asia, higher education systems are adopting AI rapidly, often faster than institutions can build psychological, pedagogical, and ethical support structures. Our finding shows that in such contexts, AI effectiveness doesn't depend primarily on efficiency or analytics, but on whether students feel safe, supported, when meaningfully engaged. Maslow 2.0 offers a framework that is especially suited to emerging systems. It recognizes diversity, vulnerability, and uneven readiness while still enabling innovation. For Chula, this research position in the university not only as technology leader, but as regional reference point for human-centered, ethically grounded AI in education. In this sense, the study directly contributed to ASEAN priorities and to the Sustainable Development Goals agenda by aligning digital transformation with human development. To conclude, this study suggests that the real impact of AI in higher education is not determined by algorithms or effectiveness alone, but by how well the system aligns with human needs. Maslow 2.0 helps us understand students' experience as layered process where safety, trust, engagement, and meaning must precede sustainable outcomes. Rather than offering fixed solution, this framework invites reflection. How can institutions design a system that are not only intelligent but human? Thank you very much for your attention. I look forward to your question and discussion. This slide present mine.
Thank you very much. We have time for 2-3 minutes for a few questions.
Yes, share
Okay, Shalini.
Okay, if somebody else wants to ask, they can, but if nobody is there, then I can ask maybe. Is that okay?
All right.
Okay, so thank you for the presentation. I just wanted to know, how do you plan to implement this? Like, is it implementable or is it just something that you want to publish?
Энэ яаж хэрэгжүүлэх юм бэ? Хэрэгжүүлэх зүйл юм уу? Эсвэл зөвхөн одоо хэвлэхэд зориулсан юм уу гинэ?
хэрэгжүүлэх зүйл биш, судалгаа л хийгээл цаашдаа энэ Maslow 2.0-ыг илүү сайн хөгжүүлнэ. Судалгааныхаа асуулгыг дахиж аваад загвараа илүү хөгжүүлнэ. Энд чинь нөгөө анханасаа Maslow 2.0-ийг зориулж асуулга боловсруулах учраас шийдэх асуудлууд зөндөө байгаа. Дахиж дараагийн судалгаа.
That is the ongoing study. This is already fourth time data collection. What we shown to us that we developed all this based on Maslow framework 1.0, but later we changed it to 2.0. Therefore, this is the actually like implementation. That means we're trying to find out these findings. If you saw, we're trying to find out findings, what is good for teachers, what is good for students, what is good for policymakers, what is good for institutions, and so on. And the main basic fundament is that is Maslow theory, and this is the fourth times data collection.
I just don't want to steal more time from you. This is why I'm stopping you. I understand all that.
Sure.
I'm just asking, do you have a product or something, or is it just going to be a publication? A product or publication?
Энүүгээр ямар нэг яг тийм бүтээгдэхүүн хийц юм уу эсвэл энэ зөвхөн хэвлэх өгүүлэл юм уу гинэ?
Юу штэ видеого нөгөө сая өглөөд хоёлаа тавьсан штэ байгаа. Тэр publication бол хэвлэх зорилготой хэвлүүлнэ гэдээ би анханасаа бичиж өгсөн. Нөгөө форум дээр нь Google форум.
Okay. No. Now confusion is coming. She is asking, what you mean product? This is this video which we have to prepare, or what is it?
Okay, do you want to use this information or this knowledge in some kind of software that helps student learn in another way, or is it just the publication where you stop?
Okay.
Very quickly, there is another question, so just brief answer.
Энэ судалгаар гарч ирсэн зүйлээрээ ямар нэгэн одоо оюутан зориулсан програмын бүтээгдэхүүнд загвар удирдах ашиглах юм уу, эсвэл энэ нь зүгээр хэвлэх зүйл юм уу гинэ?
Хэвлэгдэн тэгээд судалгаа дахиад хийн.
Okay, she said first our target is we try to publish it, and secondly we will deliver it to mostly to professors and policymakers. They should use it to like support AE in higher education.
Thank you. I think Jan has a question.
Well, the time is over, but my question was in the very same direction like yours. So it's also about the implementation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And that's all the time we have. And then I'll move you out to the waiting room. Thank you very much. And you can leave. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. That's everybody. So let me just stop. You may take this time to fill in because I think the next one is not yet here. Everybody got the link and everything. And if there is any problem, just direct message me.
To be frank, most of the criteria doesn't fit to this, like to this presentation. So I don't know what to do, but we will have to mark it. That's it. But it's not so aligned in the way for the award. But anyways, let's do what we can.
Yeah, it's not only that. I think some of the findings are very, very speculative, and you couldn't get all these findings just from these explorative studies. So
yeah. So I left a little space in the bottom of that, and you can just hopefully put your remarks there as well for each and every one of them.
That's really good of you, Manchana, because that
I just added it. I was like,
thanks.
Okay, let me just try to get in contact with the next person. I'll get back to you. You can take a little 1-minute break.
Give me 2 minutes, please, so I can go for a hygienic break.
I'll time you. I'll time you.
Otherwise, just start. I pretend to be here. So.
sorry, just to confirm, this is this like a category, and then tomorrow is another category, or is the same category?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. Were you speaking? Sorry.
Yeah. So is it like today it's like one category and tomorrow is another category, or is it the
No,
same?
it's
One,
just the
just one.
same. The same. It's just they booked 2 days, and I'm thinking maybe they're not coming, according to just 1 second.
Monchul, when I tried to get in, there were several problems. So maybe it's the same with some of the contestants. Like I tried, but yeah, it was stopping. Then I refreshed 2-3 times, and then it worked. So maybe a firewall thing.
Okay, so sorry, I just got back. It's finished for today. They're not no show. Both of them.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's true.
So what I was saying was that when I tried to log in,
The link, right? Yeah.
Then there were some problems. So I
The
had
website, right?
No, to get into the Zoom link. So maybe they were delayed for the same reason, because it asked me to download another package to get into this particular link. Maybe it's a firewall or something issue. Do we mind waiting 5 more minutes, or we just leave? It's up to you. I don't mind, but it's up to you.
No, it's all right actually, according to them, the no show.
Okay.
And also I want to ask you a little bit about the link, the AI award link that you sent.
Yeah,
I think it opens in mine, but it just says that it's not safe. So I'm looking into that. Yeah, it opens on mine because I tried it when you sent me. So but I'll look into it. I'll ask them about it.
Yeah, okay. But anyways, it's not that relevant right now, so it's okay. But I was just trying to reread and prepare myself in the morning, but it's fine. It did not open for some reason. Maybe the same security thing.
Yeah, it's a security because it popped up on mine as like not safe, but then I just went through with it, but because it was in the Jula website. So anyways,
okay.
So that will be it for today. It's okay, and thank you for your time, and also same time tomorrow. And if anything, just send me an email or I'll reply immediately. And yeah, and those two. Do you need me to send the links again of the forms, or no need? Everything all right?
They are
yeah.
open right now.
Yes.
But I hope they don't close when, like sometimes when you go away, then
No.
it's also shutting down. But they will
No,
not.
it will accept the. I will turn it on and accepting answers.
Okay.
Maybe one suggestion is that usually when I don't know, this is from previous competitions, is like we look at all the contestants as first, then we give judgment, because it's like from two we can, but it may be skewed to higher or lower based on that. So I don't know, is that a good idea for tomorrow? And then I still remember the presentations anyway.
Yeah, I also kept my forms open, so
I can resend them by person again tomorrow, and then maybe everything's finished tomorrow if that's the majority of all the judges.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we score it like immediately, and then we might change it depending on the comparative results. So.
All right.
And 1 or 2 things, I think, like I just opened the Google form that they had submitted just to cross-check what it really meant and what they said, just to reinterpret and understand it properly, because I don't want to be unfair with anybody. So I just want, because the first presentation, they did not really answer the first question that I asked them about. So I think I will go through their application again and just see what they have written in that, so that I can mark them on that particular thing.
Okay, so perhaps we can wrap it up tomorrow a little bit after, and then I'll resend the forms if you want to close them, and then I can resend them again. Thank you very much. for your time.
And just can I ask something, because I was looking at the criteria and here I'm not very much aware that I fully understand. Number 5, evaluation and measurement. What exactly do you mean by that?
Number 5 means, see, they all have to make some kind of product or some kind of software. And have they got any kind of evaluation criteria to measure how their product works? So, for example,
Right. By external like experts or users or anything.
Yeah, or they have any inbuilt mechanism for that. So anything they have, they can mention, and that is the criteria for that.
So I will also fill them in tomorrow. Though the second paper was just a research paper, so it's really out of all these criteria anyway. Okay, so this is the end for today. Tomorrow again.
Yes, thank you very much.
Have a great day.
Thank
Was
you.
pleasure.
Sorry for the hassle. Thank you very much.
No problem.
Bye.
Perfect.
Thank you. Bye bye.